Welcome, one and all, to Trivia Night on yet another beautiful Monday, September 22nd, 2025. But we got a little something different tonight. It's not $50 on the line; it's $60, and it goes up every week if somebody doesn't take that jackpot. So take it this week if you win. And the way you can win is by downloading Kahoot or using a browser. But I hear that it's easier on the app, so go ahead, download it, so you can join in. Who is ready to win that sweet, sweet cash? You are? Damn. That's right. We're back at it again. El Cooler in chat. El Cool Killer in chat. We should break it up. Jesse Dangus. I see y'all. Nope. All right, let's get some TGIMs going in chat. Thank goodness it is Monday. Not Friday. We're not about Fridays around here. We're about those Mondays. El Cooler is ready. TGIM, he says. That's right, brother. Suspicious lines. Salty Possum, it's TGIM. Let's go. Did you all have a good Monday? Mine was all right. Oh, well, I don't know if you can hear it. I'm basically not sick. A little bit. My nose is still a little stuffy. 6-7, Zay says. My sickness is about all cleared up. Over the weekend, I was just I did not do basically a friggin' thing. 1738. But yeah, what'd y'all do this weekend? Anything good? Ian. Uh-oh, Ian. He's coming to run it back, he says. Ian, if you do, are you going to take the big bucks? $60 this week. Just make sure I'm freaking get logged in for y'all. Tomato or bust. Please, please, no tomatoes. That's the only thing I do not want. Right, can y'all hear that? My phone's going off. Productions is texting me. Yeah, any good weekend activities, anyone? Anything fun? Anything cool? Like I said, I honestly basically did nothing. I had one thing to do when I did that on Sunday. Other than that, I basically did nothing. Paulie Black! Paulie Black is after those 60 sweet, sweet bucks. Paulie, your chance. I know your time is coming. You've been grinding, brother. Also, folks, I think so. This is what I'm thinking. I was fighting 130 subs. Oh, Sean went to a Benson Boone concert. How was that? I think the only things I know about him, I know that one song that he does that sounds real good. And then he always does those flips. I think that's his brand. Did he do the flip? Terror Bear says in chat. Hey, brother, it's called pop music for a reason. It's popular. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. But what was I about to say? Oh yes. So we're up to 130 subscribers. We need to think of some goals probably for like 500, maybe one in between now and 500, and 1,000. Need to do one for 1,000, obviously. I think 1,000 will probably shave the mully. What do y'all think? When we hit the 1,000 subs, can you do a flip? I cannot, unfortunately. But hey, maybe we'll do that on stream one day. Stream doesn't end until I do a backflip. And I'll have to lock in and figure it out. But that's down the line. I'll be honest, I'm fairly unathletic right now. I'm not in my athletic prime at the moment. I've been slacking big time. But yeah, some goals. I was thinking at 500 subs, mullet for 1,000. Terror Bear agrees. That's what I think. I think we'll shave the mully at 1,000. But at 500, I was thinking just doing like I don't know, give away a little money, give away some loot. Everybody likes the loot. What about the varsity baseball and basketball letters? They might say otherwise. Well, hey, I've been slacking. Bleach eyebrows for $250. I don't know if we can do that. I'd look insane. We'll see. No, I don't want to do that one. I'm sorry. We should think of one for $250 to kind of split the difference. But at 500, yeah. So for the 500 giveaway, boo, Terror Bear says. For the 500 giveaway, I think I'll just give like $50 to like 5 people. Does that sound cool? And I mean, if you're here and you're listening, I think the way I'm going to do that is just go to my most popular video. It's a vlog and vlogs with Vernon. You have to watch it all the way through and then leave a comment, your favorite part. And then we'll pick from the Jody, TGIM. 2 players ready to go over here. Jeff, do a fat tomato for $250. No, I will not. I believe that, Sean. He says, I read a stat that 90% of people never sprint after the age of 30. And sprinting, if you didn't know, is an amazing, phenomenal exercise, and you should do it frequently. And I haven't been doing that. I'll tell you, if I was to run a 40-yard dash right now, it wouldn't be a question whether it was a 5 or a 4 at the beginning. It would probably be a question whether it was a 5 or a 6. I'm being honest. That's how slow I feel right now. Maybe we'll do a stream of that. We'll get a 40 time for y'all. I don't know if I could put that on the internet right now. I might have to train before I do that. But yes, did you hear what I said for the giveaway? You have to go watch the. Give him some nicotine right before. Get that time down in the 4s. I bet I could still do it. I bet if I trained specifically for the 40 for a year, we could get into the 4s. Maybe we'll make a video about it. But do y'all want a code? I've been kind of yapping at y'all. Does somebody want a code, perhaps, for a little trivia? What's up, party people? Potato Taco in chat. Blue Crab. Oh, yeah. I meant to put it in the... Blue Crab just reminded me your name because I put out the Google Sheet. And for people to register their usernames so I can start ranking y'all. And you can track your stat sheets each week, your points per game and your total points. And Blue Crab already signed up. I'm going to put that... Well, first I need to pin the pin. Speaking of pin, here it is. Let me throw that pin in. Hop on in, everybody. Pin message. Jody, in there quick. CJ. Holy Black. Tickle toe sucker. Feel like I have an idea who that is. Kels. G Money Papa P. Shawnee. Come on, one and all. JB. Tear Bear. Pizzy. C plus I. El Cooler. Salty Possum. Some Pig Fig 6-7. Come on. Blue Crab. The man. Ari. Dangus. That's funny. One of the moderators in chat just said, congratulations to Garrett, which I was about to call out myself. I didn't know if he wanted me to blow up his spot, but we have a moderator and one of our longtime viewers just got engaged. That's right. An engagement just went down. Gary P and his lovely girlfriend, Madison. They are no longer boyfriend-girlfriend. They are fiancé. There she is. Way-hoo. Uh-oh. People dropping. Oh, they're probably coming to chat to say congrats. $1,000 subs for in face for the wedding. I don't know if I have it like that yet. One day we'll have it like that. Congrats, Sarah says. Come on, everybody, hop back in. Once we get back to, I think it was 22, we'll fire it back up. Who got kicked? JB. Nope, JB's still in there. Sarah's back. Jesse. Oh, there's the 22. A little smaller this week, folks. You got a better chance. $60 on the line tonight. Where's the sheet to sign up for stats? Potato Taco says. I meant to put it in the description. Can I do that right now? Hold on one moment. 131. We just got another subscriber, folks. If I don't, or here, I'm gonna put the after we're done, I will pin the message. I will pin the sheet. I'll pin the sheet in chat at the end of the game. And then I'll also put it in the description, and I will also do a community post with it. So you can track your stats each week. All right, 23. I think we're ready to go, folks. What do y'all think? Pause the music. $24. Salty Possum back in. All right, folks. Let's get after it. Bam. Trivia night, September 22, 2025, starts right now. Which state was the airplane invented? Kansas, South Dakota, North Carolina, or Tijuana? In which state was the aeroplane invented? You got it, folks. It was North Carolina. Kitty Hawk, I believe, by the Mr. and Mr. Wrights, the Wright brothers. Oh, Sean came to play. A 901. El Cooler just barely behind with a 988. Potato Taco as well. All in the 800s. Everybody in the top 5. Salty Possum, Jesse. All right, that's what I like to see. I love to see a 900 and a high 800 score. Or any 800 score. The Wright Bros. This was it. The OG. And I think the first flight, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like 100-something feet. Maybe more, but who would have thunk it? That was, I can't remember which year it was, but was it like in the 20s? Locked in early on the school history question. I don't know if this week I have some pretty easy ones, but I think there's some hard ones as well. But I like doing some easier ones where you guys can just kind of answer quick, see who's the fastest. But yeah, we went from freaking this to going to the moon in like 40 years, 50 years. Yeah, I think 40 something years. But let's get another question. The most abundant gas in the atmosphere: oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, or hydrogen? The most abundant gas in the atmosphere on Earth is nitrogen, folks. How do we do again? Oh, snap. Okay. I know we'll see El Cooler back up on top. Potato Taco, Salty Possum, Jesse, and CJ coming onto that leaderboard. Sean holding strong with that's a back-to-back 900 score right there. A 901 hit, then hit a 904 after. Okay. He came to play tonight. Little fun fact, over 70% is nitrogen on Earth. Which it's a good thing. It's an inert gas, doesn't really do much, so. But let's get another question. Which U.S. city had the first subway system? Boston, New York City, Chicago, or Washington, D.C.? The first subway system in the U.S. of A. You guys got it. That one was a little tougher. You know, you would. I personally would have probably guessed New York City, but it was Boston, which I guess makes sense too. How'd we do there? Oh, snap. Oh, Potato Taco came in hot on that one. Okay, takes the lead from Sean. Jesse, El Cooler, I told you he'd be back. Salty Possum, 5 places for Dangus. All right. Little fun fact. Tremont Street Subway in Boston. Tremont? I don't actually know. Was the first subway in the United States, opened in 1897. You hesitate for 1 second in the game and it's going to cost you. True. Very true. But yeah, I guess this is an actual photo of it. But let's go. Another one. Which company created the first mass-produced hybrid vehicle? Honda, Toyota, GM, or Ford? The first mass-produced hybrid vehicle. The year was 1997. Honda, Toyota, GM, or Ford? You guys got it. The Toyota Prius. Oh, Dangus gets onto that leaderboard. All right. Jesse on fire. El Cooler. All right. This was the Prius in 1997. When it was released, they said it had a 57.6 miles per gallon rating. It's a lot of miles for 1 gallon of petrol. Let's get another question. What color is octopus blood? Red, blue, yellow, or green? What is the color of octopus blood? Come on. Come on, come on. You guys got it. It is blue. A little bit of an easier one. Where the hell did I put my phone? ¿Dónde está? Aquí. Okay. Wait, okay. Everything stays the same about. All right. I see you. Sean's on fire now, though. Or wait, did Jesse drop down or no? No, Sean was in second, I think. Oh, fun fact. It is blue because it is copper-based. We actually had a question about that a couple weeks ago. Not about octopi in Pacific, but about copper-based blood. And it's blue instead of like our blood or other mammals, which is iron-based with hemoglobin. But enough freaking nerding out. What table utensil was considered sinful in the medieval era? Fork, spoon, knife, or napkin? Which of these table utensils was considered sinful or evil? The fork, the spoon, the knife, or the napkin? It is the fork. That's right, folks. Oh, El Cooler takes a spot. Very slightly takes the spot. Dangus Salty Possum back. 6-7 gets 5 spots on that one. Due to its similarity to the Devil's Pitchfork, believe it or not, is why they did not like, or they thought it would. Well, and I guess another reason I've heard is because we have fingers, and God made you so you had hands to eat with, and your fingers you could eat with. And it was just fancy and over the top. You didn't need a fork. But let's keep it moving, why don't we? How many levels of hell were in Dante Alighieri's famous Divine Comedy? 1, 7, 9, or 69? Staying on the supernatural, the religious. Dante's Inferno. That's right, there were 9. The 9 circles of hell. How'd we do? Oh, Dangus. Dangus came to play tonight. Okay. CJ, though. Uh-oh, y'all better watch out. Got 5 spots on that one. Potato Taco, though, staying locked in. One of the famous quotes from that is, "The hottest places in hell are reserved for those who maintain their neutrality in times of moral crisis." Which, it sounds pretty badass. It sounds cool. But if that is true, Switzerland's got to go. Right? Unfortunately for them, they're in big trouble. So, hopefully for their sake, that's not true. Let's get another question. Pomegranates come from the Latin meaning red mound, wax ball, seeded apple, or unusual fruit. Pomegranate comes from the Latin meaning what? Red mound, wax ball, seeded apple, unusual fruit. That's right, you guys got it. Seeded apple, because of all them damn seeds, or grainy apple, depending. How'd we do? Oh, Papa P. Papa P's coming. Some pig fig got 5 on that, though. Sean still hanging in. Dangus, El Cooler. All right. Do we have a fun fact? No, we just have a photograph of a beautiful looking pomegranate. Y'all like pomegranates? I honestly, it's more trouble than they're worth, if we're being honest. But if somebody had it opened up for me like that, I'd eat it. Let's keep it going. What famous soft drink was originally called Brad's drink? Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Dr. Pepper, or Mountain Dew? Brad's drink was the original name of Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Dr. Pepper, or Mountain Dew. Which was it? Oh, it was the Pepsi-Cola. I feel bad when most people get it wrong. But it's good for the people who got it right. Anything? Oh, Dangus! Holy frig, in one fell swoop, rises to the top. C plus I, though. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. A name given by its inventor, pharmacist Caleb Bradham. Bradham? But it was very quickly changed in the next coming years. 1893, approximately. And then it was changed in 98, maybe. Can't remember the exact time. But yeah, a much better name. Pepsi in it, because like Pepsi, like something with your stomach. What am I thinking of? The purple or the pink drink? I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. They thought it related to, or it was promoted as like healthy, as they all were back then, but let's keep it moving. You witness a car crash. You dial 000. Which country would you be in? Australia, England, Japan, or South Africa? You're in an emergency situation. You dial 000. Which country would you be in? Australia, England, Japan, or South Africa? It is Australia, my friends, indeed. I think they're the only ones to use 000. Oh, Potato Taco takes the lead back. Sean got some points, I saw. Ames, 4 spots. All right. So looks like it's going to be back and forth all night, folks. Anybody's game. Here's a list, actually, of all the emergency lines throughout the world. As you can see, North America, Central America, much of South America all use the 911. 112 is very popular for all the Europeans and Russians. But yeah, 000 I believe is the only one for Australia. Or Australia, that's all they use. England is 999, I believe. Sean says. I think I've heard that as well. Yes. Let's get another question. The 30-06 round was a standard issue in the U.S. military during which war? U.S. Civil War, World War II, Vietnam, or the Gulf War? The 30-06 was standard issue in the U.S. military during which war? U.S. Civil, WW2, Vietnam, or the Gulf War? That's right, it was WW2. Vietnam, they changed to the 5.56. Okay, leaderboard stays the same. All right. 6-7 gets 5 spots on that. We don't have a fun fact about it, but this is the M1 Garand, and that's a 30-06. And I don't know if you heard, but that is the round that was used to assassinate Charlie Kirk. So somewhat a timely question, a sad question, but that is the round, the 30-06. Quite a powerful round. But let's keep it moving. What is Pol Pot most famous for? Invention of modern cookware, genocide, Nobel laureate, or highest paid rugby player? Pol Pot. What is he known for? Invention of modern cookware, genocide, Nobel laureate, or highest paid rugby player? He did not invent modern cookware, but he was quite famous for genociding his nation. As we do. Oh, Sean takes a little bit out of the lead on that one. Mr. Pol Pot was responsible for 1.5 to 2 million Cambodian deaths, about 25% of the population at the time, which is pretty bad. The killing fields, all that. So he says, but his name is Pot. Yeah, surprisingly, he did not have anything to do with pots. He was a very bad man. The Khmer Rouge. It was in the late 70s, a very brutal regime. Very unfortunate for the Cambodians. Let's keep it going. What is a timpani? An instrument, a species of primate, a fish, or an open-ended story conclusion? A timpani. An instrument, a species of primate, a fish, or an open-ended story conclusion? You guys got it. It is an instrument. The kettle drum, also known as. Also, did you guys know that the singular of species is not specie? It is species. I didn't actually know that until today. I must have known it in passing, but I didn't fully register it until today. Oh, C+I gets onto that leaderboard. Look out. Okay. Right, how are we looking? We got about 1,800 from first to fifth. Dangerously close from first to second and third and fourth. Holy frig. These are the timpanis, the kettle drums, as they say. Zay's on his misinformation campaign again in chat. But Beethoven was famously a big fan of the timpani. Not only a big fan, he revolutionized the use of it in an orchestral sense. But let's get another question. Why don't we? What is the longest swim a human has done? 53 miles, 1,281 kilometers, 317 miles, or 264 kilometers? The longest swim continuously in human history. I'm going to sneeze, I think. God bless you. Yes, it is 317 miles. Oh, Sean gets a spot back. Okay. Sarah gets 6 places on that one. All right. All right, what do we got? All right. Not really breaking away yet, but looking dangerous. The record was set by Ross Edgley during a nonstop swim down the Yukon River in Canada. He swam 56 hours, and this was last year, actually, 2024. Let's get another question. ... ... Huh? Thank you. Help! Repeat. Huh? Thank you. Help! Repeat. What the hell am I talking about? What the hell is this answer? You got it. That is Morse code. Oh, and Sean takes the lead from Mr. Potato Taco. Dangus coming in hot. El Cooler, C plus I. Uh-oh, folks. Okay. It was indeed Morse code. The Morse code for SOS. ... Where's the O? ... ... The obviously Morse code is not very useful anymore in practical everyday use, but there's certain applications where it would be beneficial to know at least that, you know. And so if you didn't know, now you know. So let's get another question. The most common female name in America: Anna, Jennifer, Mary, or LaFonda? The most common female name in America: Anna, Jennifer, Mary, or LaFonda? You guys got it. It is Mary. See, for me, it was a toss-up between Mary and LaFonda. You know? How'd we do on the leaderboard, though? Okay, everything stays about the same. Oh, but C plus I closes that lead a little bit. Sean trying to stretch that lead. Papa P back with a 3-answer streak. Uh-oh, Kelson chat says she's gaining. Zay says, I did LaFonda. Speaking of LaFonda, of course, Kip and LaFonda from Napoleon Dynamite. Very lovely woman, a very amazing man. A beautiful couple. Holy frig, Kel says she went from 22nd to 13th. She's gaming. But speaking of Napoleon Dynamite and low-budget movies, the next question is, which of these films had the highest ROI? Blair Witch Project, American Graffiti, Rocky, or The Wicker Man? Which of these films had the highest return on investment? Blair Witch, American Graffiti, Rocky, or The Wicker Man? It is The Blair Witch. All these, besides The Wicker Man, are notorious for being very high ROI movies. But the Blair Witch Project, it's contested, but is probably the number one. It's between that and Paranormal Activities. Because the numbers get all skewed when you factor in the promotion and all that stuff. But I believe Blair Witch was shot with it was like between a $30,000 or a $60,000 budget, and it made like $250 million. And Paranormal, I guess, was shot with $15,000. They say the initial one, but then there was more when the studio actually bought it. They increased it, but Rocky did quite well. Made a significantly amount more than it did. American Graffiti, if I'm thinking of the right one, that was George Lucas before Star Wars. But The Wicker Man, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's take a look at that leaderboard. Oh, C plus I jumping up. Mad Dog gets 5 spots. Okay. Sean and Potato Taco are freaking dueling right now, but C plus I, Dangus, and El Cooler, they're coming. I can feel it. We've got a couple more questions. But speaking of The Wicker Man, not the original one, I've never seen it. I'm talking about the one with Nick Cage. Is probably the worst movie I've ever seen. And if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. And by worst movie I've ever seen, I mean with like an A-list. Nick Cage, early 2000s Nick Cage, top of the top as far as A-listers go. He was in this movie, and it is the worst movie of all time. So please watch it and let me know what you think. But let's get another question. Which of these fast food chains had a salad bar at one point? Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, or Burger King? Which of these places had, believe it or not, a salad bar? Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, or Burger King? Which one? Honestly, I can't believe anybody guessed Burger King, because that is the most absurd thing I've ever heard. But it is true. They had a salad bar. Oh, Sean stretches out that lead. That's not good for the folks below. Great for Sean, though. Sarah gets 5 spots on that. And if you don't believe me, take a look. This is a certified photograph of a... I'm sure there's some people in chat who actually remember it. It was before my time. But they had a friggin' salad bar at Burger King. And believe it or not, Wendy's as well had one. And they actually ran it into the early 2000s, I believe. But I think Burger King shut down. They shut it down pretty quick. They learned their lesson. They're like, this is a horrible idea. We should not be doing this. And they shut it down. All right, folks. We have 2 more questions. 3. So lock in. Let's go. What is the only letter to have never been used on the periodic table as an elemental symbol? W, V, G, or J? The only letter to have never been used on the periodic table. You're live and you're interrupting stream.
Oh shit!
Don't say any racial slurs.
Call me back when I totally forgot about that.
This is one of the moderators, everybody. Ruinin Productions. But all right, I'll call you after.
See you later.
See ya. Friggin' guy. What the hell does he think he's doing? But it is Jay. Good job, folks. How'd we do? Oh, El Cooler got it. Ari with a 5 answer streak. That could open the door right there. That might have opened the door a bit. Or I don't want to say it, but Q was temporarily used at one point, but is no longer in use. But J has never been used for any element. Kind of surprising. There's got to be somewhere they could throw it in, right? Freaking leaving poor J out. But actually, folks, we're on the last question. So if you wanna stack your points, for the overall point leaderboard, your points per game, you got to make sure you freaking lock in and get this answer. I want to see 900s on this last one. I want to see some people get some 900s, all right? Let's go. Terrence Crawford recently beat Canelo Alvarez. Who gave Canelo his first professional defeat? Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Dimitri Bivol, or Mikey Tyson? Who gave Canelo Alvarez his first professional defeat? Manny, Floyd, Dimitri, or Mikey? Come on. Come on. That's right. It was Floyd back in 2013. Here's just a cool picture of Canelo. And a fun fact about Canelo, if you didn't know. His real name is Saul. What are the elements for V and W? We can go back and check that after. I think W might be tungsten. But Canelo as you can see, has red hair. He's Mexican. So his nickname is Canelo, but he goes by Canelo, which for any of the people who can speak Spanish means cinnamon. Cinnamon Alvarez. Because, like I said, his birth name is Saul. Saul. But, folks, you know what time it is. I think we know who got it, but let's take a peek. And in third place tonight, with a score of 9,897, is El Cooler, former champ. And in second place, 11,222. And in first place with 12,017, Potato Taco got second. But in first place is Sean. I got tongue-tied. And C plus I and Dr. Dangus, what an absolute stunner of a lineup in the top 5. Man. Friggin' Potato Taco came in heated at the end, trying to get there as hard as they could. But just a little bit too late. Man. Sean, the 2-time now. Also, that I'm going to start doing some... we got to have something where we can show all the champs. We can put on all the champs. All the former champions. But also, so let me throw... Oh. Sorry. Blue Crab, good trivia. Everybody give some rounds of applause for Sean in the chat. The 2-time now. One glorious day. Good game, good game. Give me some GGs in chat, everyone. But also, nobody move. I'm gonna put in the sheets. Sean, I know you want that sweet $60 tonight. El Cooler, yo! Sean, you want that sweet cash tonight, don't you? Reset it. Give it a little reset for everybody. There, yes, that's what Sean, that's my brother right there. He's taking that sweet cash. That sweet $60. Let me make sure I get the right sheet for y'all. Ooh! Everybody throw tomatoes at Sean in the chat. Throw some tomatoes at him. One day he will eat a... Yeah, I'm not eating tomatoes. Sean's taking all those tomatoes from me tonight. Potato Taco. With all them money emojis. Tomatoes in chat. But also, everybody, nobody freaking move. This... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hold on. This is... We can register your name if you want. Hopefully that's the right link. Pin that real quick. Yes, so that, if you feel like it, throw in a your username. And a username, or username and an email. So then I can keep track, and so I can start doing points per game and total points. So then you can stay locked in for the whole night. So if you're having a bad week, you still want to try to get as many points as you can to help your average and to help your point totals. Because once I get it figured out real good, we'll start an actual season. Like, I don't know, like a 10-week season. We're at the end of the season. We'll do a payout for the top 5 of each category for points per game with a minimum. We'll figure out a minimum points per game or games that you have to participate in. And then your point totals. You know what I mean? You get me? Doesn't that make sense? Good, I'm glad. But yeah, what did we think of the questions this week? I actually, not to mention it, I kind of liked them. I feel like there was some good parody this week. Session summary. View full report. Let me take a peek. I'm just going to take a quick peek at y'all. Participants. Yeah, it looks like everybody was pretty tight otherwise. The one of my headphones has a bunch of static in it. Blue Crab, good questions, he says. Danga says they were good. We could use some more welding and construction questions. I think everybody can agree on that. 132 subscribers. Holy guacamole, folks. Again, I don't know if anybody missed it, but so at 500, we're going to do a little giveaway. $50 to 5 people. So your chances are improved. Electrical questions, please. Give us a boating question or two. International moderator swinging on in. Electrical questions indeed. We got a couple Sparkies, as they say, down in Australia. More science. But yeah, so like I was saying, giveaway at 500 subscribers. This is how you enter. You go watch my most viewed video and watch it all the way through. I'll know if you didn't. And then just leave a comment. It can be whatever, but just do like your favorite part of the video. It's like a 2-minute video, I think. But then just I'll scrape everybody's name. Like there's like these generators that can pick random names from comments. And so at 500, I'll do that. And it'll just pick somebody random or 5 random people from the comments. And you'll get $50. Look at that man. Ulysses. Sure, we could do like a science only week one time. I don't know, that might be a little too niche. Or it's not niche, but I will do more. I do like science questions as well. Somebody was asking for like a dino week. A dino question week. Medical questions for Blue Crab. I'll tell you, one of my favorite questions was Shark Week, video game week for the gamers and the shark lovers. I'll say one of my favorite questions I did was, because it was something I didn't know actually. I found out about it, was the one about, this was a couple weeks ago, but it was about like the only part of the body that doesn't have a blood supply, and it's your cornea. Kind of interesting. But also, don't forget, folks, we got stickers. If you want some, you can message me on Instagram or something. If you feel comfortable giving me your address. And I'm going to mail them to you. I already have some people, you know who you are in chat, who I'm mailing some to. Potato Taco wants one. Potato Taco, I'll give you more than one if you want it. And just go stick them around. Letter up the town. I'll give you 5 if you want. I got 200. But I'll where I'm at, I want to put them like a little bit outside of my actual place where I live at mostly. Because I feel like I'd be embarrassed if somebody recognized me. I'd be a little too embarrassed. So I've given it to some people who are like further away. Perfect, Potato Taco. Mass, letter it up. Uh-oh, Dang is calling me out. Where's the SAT and stand-up special? We gotta have it. Okay, I will do a countdown. Let me think. I have been working. I never texted you back the other day, Dangus, but I've been working on the stand-up a little bit. Been working on a tight 10 minutes. Terrorist got some spots. Terror, you want some stickers? Is that what you mean? You can have a bunch of stickers. They're actually pretty like decent, high quality stuff. It's just the thumbnail that I always use, usually. With a QR code, and the QR code works. Hell yeah. Well, I'm going to hook you up big time. But, folks, I guess we're going to I guess we'll wrap, huh? I don't have any punishment to do this week for y'all. I apologize. But also, thank you, Sean, for taking that off of me. Oh, wait, before anybody else leaves. We're 90%, I'm sure. About 90%. On Saturday, we're doing a stream. We'll be pulling an engine out of a 2000 Yukon. A 2000 Yukon XL, the 5.3 liter. This one's been sitting in my backyard for a couple years. And I'm finally going to pull the motor so I can junk the rest of the machine. And we're going to stream it live Saturday, most likely. I'll make a post about it. For real, though? Tara, are you calling me out saying I'm not going to stream, actually? Yes, for real. Yes, international moderator will be there. Bro, that's sick. What time? Sean wants to know. I would say probably. Let me think. International. What time? Probably around noontime. I'd say we start. International, if you think that. I mean, we'll figure it out, but I'd say around noontime. So, and you're Central Time. So, what's that? An hour? And it's gonna take a while. Like, we're gonna be dicking around for a while. El Cooler says he's gonna be there. Also, so I think I'm gonna grab. I was talking to Intergalactic moderator about this. I think I'm gonna grab one of those Mac Minis. Have y'all seen those? They're like $500. It's a very capable computer. It's like this friggin' big. I'm gonna use that as like kind of the outside streaming computer. Just run an Ethernet to it out the window. Well, I talked all the way through my exit song. Sorry. But yeah, Saturday, yeah, I'd say around noontime. But I'll post on here and on the Instagram about it. Yeah, we got to pull that. It's been sitting in my backyard for way too long, and I got to get it the frig out of the way. But yes, please, everyone, give me a little shred in chat before you go. And I hope everyone has an amazing week. And I really appreciate that you tuned in. As always, honestly, everyone, yes, please, give me some shreds. That's all I ask. Throw me a shred. Thanks for the trivia and stream, boss man. Hey, thank you. How cool killer. Champ. I can call you champ. But, yeah, everyone have a great week. I'll see you on Saturday. I friggin' will. And anything else? Give me a little shred before you leave. And thanks again. You're awesome.